Hi, everyone, and welcome into the Saint Sports Network. Our series of fall sports previews continues. Today, we're joined by the head coach of the Limestone women's volleyball program, in Brandon Skweres. And hard to believe, but another volleyball season is just a few days from getting underway, Coach.
Yeah, it's been a quick summer, and we feel like we just left. The spring was really good for us, and the girls were really excited to come back. And we just concluded our final preseason practice, and it was a long preseason compared to previous years. So, freshmen got a taste, sophomores got a taste of what long preseason is.
And Coach Squares right now kind of has that voice, that coach's voice, where it kind of sounds like he's had to get a little animated in some of the preseason practices. But year number 5 overall,
Right.
you're moving into your third year as the head coach.
That's correct. Yeah, I spent first 2 years as the assistant, and then a year as an interim, and then the last year was full time, and then this year will be another a full time, obviously. So I'm really excited to start another year.
And I know it's a team sport, but would you share some of the players' names that viewers on GoLimestoneSaints.com or those that go to the Timken Center to watch your home matches may become familiar with?
Yeah, we graduated a couple kids, but some of those were non-starters. So we have the same group that we had last year. So Aaron Courtney, who's a senior this year, Jessica Onken, who's a senior. Aaron's a middle. She'll start for us. I can say that flat out. Jessica Onken will be our libero. And that's her second year doing that. And last year she was Defensive Player of the Year, which is pretty impressive your first year. So they're returning. Then we have our sophomore class of Ricky Ebert and Darla Svoboda on the outsides. And they're still challenging for the starting spots. We haven't made that decision. And then our right side will be either a sophomore or a freshman. Carly Akery's coming in from Muncie, Indiana, and she's looking really good during camp. And then we've got Kenzie Hall, who's a sophomore as well on the right side, and also Reagan Youngs, who's a senior. So we've got depth in every position, and it's exciting. But mentally is what is really where we're at right now.
Well, Coach talked about the depth that he has on this year's team, and I heard you mention the word that all coaches love because it intensifies player workout, player practice ethics, and that's competition.
Yeah, competition is kind of a four-letter word. They understand it, but they don't understand it at the same time. We talk about it all the time. I'm bringing in the best kids. Best kid's going to play. I don't care if you're a freshman all the way up to a senior. And sometimes they get it, and they just have to figure out, what they need to do to get better. And if they don't ask the question, I can't read their mind. And some of them ask really good questions, and some of them kind of wait and play that game, and we play who's gonna be successful, and that's where we're at this year. Is where are we gonna be the most successful in each position?
And of course, while you're watching this interview, you can also surf GoLimestoneSaints.com for roster, player bios, and a complete schedule. And speaking of schedule, you always have somewhat of a robust non-league slate to get you set for the grind that is Conference Carolinas.
Yeah, we kind of toned it back this year, but we are still having some pretty formidable opponents. Wingate, they are number 12 in the country right now, and we see them our first weekend. We also play them during the spring, and we're very competitive, so we're confident, but they're always really, really good. They're the team to beat. They really are. And once you get to the NCAAs, you have to play them the first round. So should we win conference, that's our goal, as always. We will see them again. But we have Columbus State, another Peach Belt team. We've got Georgia College, who we've never played, another Peach Belt, and then Augusta. And those are our three big, and then the University of Charleston. Never seen them, don't know much about them. I looked at their record, doesn't mean anything. Anything can happen on any given day. And so we really don't overlook our opponents, but our non-conference schedule is definitely not as difficult as it was last year.
But then you get set for Conference Carolinas playing. Coach, we thank you for your time and best of luck as the 2015 season is only a few days away.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Fabian.
All right, that's the head coach of the Limestone women's volleyball program, Brandon Skweres. I'm Fabian Fuentes for the Saint Sports Network.